My name is Emily Campbell and I'm a senior and I'm taking AP Research.
My name is Sabamir and this is AP Research.
Lauren Witt, I'm a senior at Glasgow High School and I'm enrolled in the AP Research class.
So I'm researching if high school students perceive their classes as difficult if they consume more caffeine, and like what type of caffeine they consume, how often, and why they drink it, whether it's for energy, because of stress, and other factors like that.
My research project focuses on like high school students, primarily just like upperclassmen, to see what their knowledge is about recycling, how much they do it, and to track whether or not their habits follow through in school.
I'll be doing research at Glasgow Preschool Academy, and I'll be using 2 different classrooms to test how different Disney clips that contain high gender stereotypes can potentially affect children's preference to a princess coloring sheet or a prince coloring sheet.
Miss Phi was going through example papers one day and she just looked up something random, and it was the source about why people drink caffeine, and it really just interested me a lot, and so that's the main article that I'm using, and I just really thought it was a cool idea because I had no idea what to research at the beginning.
At the beginning of the year, there were just a lot of just climate change issues, because there's global warming and there's been forest fires in other places. I'm kind of passionate about it, and I wanted to do a question that correlated with it because I do have background knowledge.
So, me personally, I grew up watching Disney films, and I think they have a very high impact on your preferences and maybe how children behave, especially younger children. And because Disney is such a massive corporation and it continues to grow each year after year after year, it's very important that kids, even parents, can kind of inform their kids on what they're watching and how they could use those gender stereotypes to teach them how to avoid them or how to learn about them and just stuff like
that. Just how I'm going to get my data, because I'm doing a survey and I'm going to put it on social media, and just to make sure that only high school students in Kentucky are taking the survey might be difficult, and I might get some results that are outside of Kentucky or that aren't high schoolers, so that might skew my data a little bit.
I think the biggest challenge I've had to encounter is to see how I'm going to set up the thing and keep my variables as controlled as possible, because if there's too many confounding variables, then it can make my research not as straightforward as I want it to be.
Originally, I was not gonna do this topic whatsoever, and I was gonna focus more just on a literary analysis of Disney films and not involve any children participants. So kind of switching my research to involve human participants was a big deal, and I think kind of just adjusting to that challenge was probably the most difficult thing.
I think that if students perceive their classes to be more difficult, that they'll drink more caffeine more often, because it can be linked to stress, and people drink caffeine because of stress, and so I think that it will turn out that they will drink more caffeine if they think their classes are harder.
So far, I do think people that are in higher level courses like APs or honors are going to have more background information about it. Especially, I do plan on doing the capstone class, and I think just because it is a research class and it's made to make you more aware of your surroundings and issues going on in the world and around you, that class is going to have the most knowledge, because that's the class where I gain my most knowledge about societal things.
So children, because I'm using preschoolers, they're age 3 to 5, they are semi-aware of gender stereotypes present in the films, but there have been more studies with kindergartners, and because they're older, they react more to those gender stereotypes. So I'm trying to see if preschoolers who are still kind of aware of gender stereotypes still act on the gender stereotypes. And my hypothesis is that like more girls are gonna want to color the princess coloring sheet because like that's the gender stereotype that the film is portraying, and that more boy participants are gonna choose to color the prince coloring sheet.